Hey, Akash.
Starting again with the customer invoice. For customer invoice, we have a task create customer invoice. Well, before that, I need to start proxying because Logan is not a receivable specialist for a company. We made Teresa. So start proxy with Teresa. Now create customer invoice. Company which we have created and for whom we are creating this is invoice, so we'll provide customer name. From customer, these work tags are coming by default because we have configured these related work tags over the customer. If you will open the customer, you will find all these are related work tags and configured over customer. Now moving down, these are the invoice lines, so we have to configure what we have sold out to our customer. Let's say we sold out a subscription based service. This is training, and let's assume this training was for 5 days. Now per day cost was $10, so overall amount is $50. Scrolling to right, there's a mandatory field line of business. This is the mandatory work tag. That's I picked enterprise, and I'm not sure which other work tag is mandatory because mandatory sign is not coming, so I'm not sure which work tag is mandatory. What we can do, we can try submitting it, and let's see if there is any custom validation. Yes, one custom validation is there, and that is fund. So yesterday there was a big description, but somehow that was not that fund organization was not correct. So I again configured the same and just provided a short description, but it means the custom validation I have created, that is, if my company is DCS demo line company, and if line of business is enterprise, then I have to provide a value for fund. If I'm choosing line of business enterprise, then I have to provide the fund. Otherwise, it will not give a custom validation error. So what I'll do now, I'll provide a value for fund. This fund is a custom organization. I created a custom organization yesterday, and now submitting it. And I can see my customer invoice has been created. Going here, approve. So business process complete. Over, and now we will check for overall accounting, customer invoice accounting. What is the status of accounting? Accounting is in error stage. Why so? The first common reason is we have not configured the APR, account posting rule set, because that's the first reason which can be there. So just check out which account got debit and credit. Oh, yes, there's one account missing at this time. So we have to configure APR now. So in better practice, it is not you will traverse through error. It's like you have to configure all accounts initially before starting your transactions. However, I'm just trying to provide you idea what errors can be there and how or which account will be hit on which transaction. That's why I go from the different approach.
Akash, a list
So
of accounts will be provided by client, right?
yes, client will provide you all account details. Because you are not sure what kind of account identifiers they have, which account is of what type, which is liability
Right.
account, expense account. So they will provide the whole list at the time of
Okay.
configuration. Okay, so going to view account posting rule set demo, demo finance workday. So moving down, what we are doing, we are providing custom. We have created a customer invoice. So customer invoice at this time where we will have amount to be debited at receivables. So payables was for suppliers. We provided a value for payables. Now checking for the receivables. Do we have a value account value for receivables? No, not at this time. So what we need to do? We need to provide a value for receivables. Why receivables? This just okay. For account even in APR you can see why
Akash,
this
I have a
account is
question.
needed. Hmm.
This all accounts, suppose what, not when accounts will be some, all accounts will be linked to the cost center, right?
Why accounts will be linked to the call center? It's we
Not
so
exactly.
yeah,
Means to say, suppose from XYZ finance department or any department,
hmm
any entry of cost, how will define this cost is been from this accounts department or for finance department or HR
use
department,
using work tag we are providing or we are creating a work tag over
right?
each transaction. So we are just providing a tag there that this transaction is linked with this call center, but it is not like accounts are added in a cost center.
Yeah, got it. Yeah.
Okay,
And
so
what will be the
accounts
actual
register.
scenario for write-off? What exactly the scenario company give? What will be the exact scenario? Yesterday we was discussing on write-off. So,
Write off will come. I tell at the time.
okay.
That rate of I tell you. Okay, so accounts receivable a default we have provided. If anything, we are waiting from the customer side. So customer owed some money from us, and we will be getting that after the invoice. So at the time of invoice, amount will be coming in the accounts receivable. So it is like the debited from accounts receivable, and when we will. So it is not at this moment um we have not paid by the customer. So customer has not paid to us till yet. It is just we have provided an invoice that this was the amount you have to pay to us. Now there is one more task which will record the payment through the invoice. Okay, that we will come later. At this time we have just provided the invoice. This is your invoice and this much amount you have to pay to me. Coming back to my sorry, invoice lines. So accounting was in error, and I can see a debit amount that ledger was not there. So we configured account for receivables. Now, two ways to fix the error. If the error is related to posting of accounting journal entries, then one, go to the operational journal and journal entry, fix operational journal errors. This is the first one for first way we can do. And second, directly from the search bar we can fix it, fix operational journal. with errors. So two ways. First, from the related action of the same accounting entry, and second, by searching within a search bar, searching for the task within a search bar. From both the places, we can fix this. Right here, if I go from the accounting entry, it will not, so it will just show the exact or the current entry which we need to fix. If we search for this one, fix operational journal, then it gives us all the error ones. There might be 100 of operational journal errors. So this one will give all errors in the single window, and we can select which one we want to fix, or we want to fix both. So this is up to us which one we want to fix. Okay. So this one we created yesterday. This is today. So what I'll do, I'll go and click for both, and the current status is posted. Just will refresh the previous screen. So what I did, I made it, I just fixed for all journals which were in error stage. Now find customer invoice. I search out for a task, find customer invoice, because we have created an invoice. And if we need to search for that kind of invoice later, so the task is find customer invoice. Click OK. 3 and 4. So these are two invoices which are in a approved status. A draft, we never submitted these. These okay, we tried yesterday only. However, due to the error, I believe we left these invoices in drafted status. But these two we have created now. Coming to the accounting part, this one is for today. Now the status is posted. Coming to entries, when we provided account receivable, we got a correct journal account where we can post these journal entries. Even if you will go from here, so two accounting entries we posted, we fixed these. One is for yesterday, one is for today. We create today. Then just check out, let's say yesterday one I'm opening. Um, Click on the magnifying glass first. Check out operational journal, and just scroll down. You'll see accounting entries or these journal entries for this transaction. Case what you will do, because obviously you have created a customer invoice and entry has been posted, these entries have been posted to the ledger account. Now it is not like you can just, you should, so best approach is not to edit the created one, but you can create a new invoice for the adjustment. That is the better approach, because that will provide you the whole idea about what happened in that scenario. Because if you will create an original invoice and then the adjustment, then you would have idea that the whole amount was this, and because of some reason you created adjustment for the same customer later. So the overall accounting report you will get. If you will just edit the same, well, in this moment you cannot edit. If you remember, I mentioned earlier, first you need to unpost these journal entries. So that is possible. You can unpost the posted entries, then you can go and check for cancellation and edit or correction. But that is not a better approach, obviously, because if you will do, then when you will create a accounting report, it will show you that you created only a single invoice and that was of, let's say, $45. You provided $5 discount. So in actual, it will show you created invoice only for 45 dollars instead of 50. So you will not get idea. Now you have created a $50 invoice, and you will create an adjustment for $5 that will indicate that two type of, so you initially created and provided invoice to the customer, but later because of some reason adjustment was being done. Two different entries. Hmm, just try to play around operational journal how you can cancel this. Might be due to you can cancel, that's possible. I'm just customer invoice. Okay, so through customer invoice, this is customer invoice, come to the customer invoice. If you want to change something, well, at this time I don't think you'll be, but just cancel first and then again correct that. First cancel that, then correct that. And do one thing, just play around this today. So once after this class, whenever you will get time and you will be doing these activities, I am giving you idea about how we create, how a error has to be fixed. Apart from that, obviously, you are at the learning phase. What you should do, you should go for all options available, do that option, play around that. If anything comes up, ask me. Feel free to ask any if you are having any doubt within this, within these activities related to any module of the finance. Once you will be doing these activities, once you will be playing around these options, you will stuck. I am 100% sure you will stuck at a point. Might be in cancellation, might be in copying this, in changing this. You will 100% you will get stuck. And once you will stuck, after that, if you will troubleshoot why you are facing the error, it will help you in understanding the module's functionality. Is it clear? Guys, clear?
Yeah.
Okay, so now I just wanted to show one more thing here. This I'll come later, how we record that. But before that, I just want to show, if it is not there, then do one thing. Check out for print customer invoice. So there is a task, print customer invoice. You have created the invoice. However, till now, have you sent this invoice to customer? No. We just created in our system, and nowhere we have sent this invoice to our customer, our client. How we will do that? So there's a task, print customer invoice. So once after creation of this invoice, we need to print this, and after print, we have option email the invoice to our customer company. These are filter criterias when you created this invoice. So based on date, before, after, you can provide a filter. At this moment, we have only two. However, when we will be having thousands of invoices, then obviously a very useful or very handy filters are these. Let's say you need to create only for this month. We will provide a filter after 1st of November. Whatever invoice was created, just provide those invoices here. Again, you can choose the customer, for which customer you want to print. If there is customer hierarchy, that also you can define here. Search out, click OK. Now we have two invoices. Either you can go and select both of these invoices for printing, or you can select just a one invoice for printing. Let's say I selected both invoices for printing and hit OK. a percentage complete, just showing a process bar, how much process has been complete. Keep refreshing till the time it is 100%. There's just a question, are you completing your activities? So it is 100% complete. Now, attachments and printed stage. One reason why we are not seeing email might be we have not configured the email. But once after printing this, so this is the printing is complete 100%. Uh, we are not able to email it. Once we will print this, we will have an option for emailing the same to our customer. Okay, I believe even on supplier that BP did not provide a email option or that printing option, if you remember. But let's say email consolidated customer invoice consolidated investing group. No. Okay, so emailing part, I'm just leaving for now. We'll get back on this. We'll let you know. So we have printed the invoices, but we have not sent it to the customer till yet. We'll send to customer later. Something is missing on the configuration side, and that is again because of the BP. So we'll check this and we'll show you how it will work. But these are 100% completed. Printing stage is completed. Only the method, the mail is still aborted due to some reason, the business process. Once this is complete, so two steps are completed. If it will complete, then we will have an option or button for email, and once we'll click that email button, it will send invoice to the customer. We'll check the BP later. After this task, print and email and print, now let's say we need to create a customer adjustment. How we will create that? This task just I'm checking, I'm not sure whether. Okay, so two ways: create customer invoice adjustment directly from the search bar, and one is go to your invoice, use related action of this invoice, okay, and go to the customer invoice. After that, create adjustment. Again, most of the task in Workday, they have two ways to do that. One, directly from the object. Second, search out for that task. This is, let's say I need to create a customer invoice adjustment for specific this invoice. So what I do, will go to the related action, customer invoice, and then we'll create an adjustment. A simple way. Second, create customer invoice adjustment. I'll search out for this task. Once I'll hit this, it will ask for some filters for which company, for which customer. So again, all filter criteria for which company, for which customer, for which state, it will ask for all these details first. And this is just directly from the object. So I'll go from here, create adjustment. So for which date, today's date, we are doing this credit and debit. So decrease in amount due. That means client paid us or we are needing $50 from client. So client has to pay $50. Due to some reason, he's asking for a discount that client, and then we are decreasing the amount due at the customer side. If we are decreasing this amount, that means that will be called as a credit note. Decrease in due amount is credit note. If it is increase in due amount, then it is a debit. Okay, so credit is selected, and why credit, why we are decreasing the amount might be, so these are the options at this time. Additional charges, no, obviously we are decreasing the amount. So damaged good, miscellaneous, other terms, price adjustment. Due to this, we are decreasing the amount, so we put a damaged good. Once it is invoice science, copy all or none. If you want to copy the invoice science, or if we do not want to copy the invoice, obviously we had some invoice science, what item we are purchasing, what is the value for that, so what we are selling and what is the value. Hit okay, you will select any.
Akash, I have one question.
Mm-hmm.
I'm, I have some gap in this. I'm not understanding why we will do all this. This is the entry and part will be accounting team will be doing, right?
So in finance, who will be, so obviously there will not be a separate accounting team. Sure. So once I'll submit this, okay, I provided details from the last screen related to invoice adjustment, why we are doing this, and when we hit OK, we are on this screen where we have all details, company, customer, the billing details, and the invoice line as well. What was the amount and all these work tags as well. Now what you can do, you can just directly change these amount values, extended amount values from here, because obviously now you are making a adjustment. So invoice sign we have, and we can make change in this extended amount for this invoice line. Just going towards the payment terms and other things. Okay, looking good to me. And now here what I'll do, let's say 45. I'll hit OK, and the adjustment has been created. Going to invoice and check out for accounting. So this is the invoice, adjusted invoice, and I'm going for the accounting. Here now the entries, like we created adjustment, so 45 was debited. Uh, I did one thing wrong. I needed to debit only 5, because only 5 extended within the extended amount. I needed to provide only value 5 USD, because that was being adjusted, but I provided 45. That means we adjusted $45. So that we made, we adjusted a big amount, The overall was 50 and we adjusted 45. So what happened when we created an adjustment, then a reverse entry got created. Reverse entry over what we created earlier. Earlier it was that receivable account got debited by $50, and the subscription, the second account which we provided, I'll just show you the category for this one. The second account which we created or configured for this, that got this for revenue account. So that got at the time credited by $50. Now when we created an adjustment entry, the entry got reversed and $45 got adjusted, and the adjustment entry is that receivable account got a credit and the revenue account got some debit. Just making sure this is a revenue account. Just wanted to show you as well so you can get idea why we have these kind of posting rules or how posting rules work. So demo 4125. If revenue category is demo core subscription and company is this one. So this revenue account got a debit now, and initially it was a credit in revenue and debit through receivables, and now it is reverse entry. So any question guys here? Okay. After adjustment, after adjustment, we have to record the payment. So we created adjustment, we provided we sent it to customer. Now we created even another invoice for adjustment as well. So from the invoice side we are okay. Whatever was being paid by customer to us, we have provided an invoice for that. Now the second thing is how we will get this amount to be to get paid from the customer. So there is a different activity for that, and that is record the customer payment. Okay, record the customer payment. So customer will pay this amount, and at the time how we will record that, and will have journal entries created for that. To record your customer payment, go to your customer invoice first, search out for find customer invoices. Again, best way, find customer invoices. Then customer, which customer you are checking these invoices for. Now these are our invoices. Okay, once just check out for your original one. Let's say first I'll go with the which we created yesterday. Come to the customer invoice, and then sorry, come to the customer payment, and then we have an option record. Record means customer has paid the amount to us, and within invoice we are capturing that invoice has been paid. So customer has paid the amount to us, we are recording it within the system that we got this payment from customer. Payment type, how the payment was done. Let's say payment was done through a direct deposit, EFT, a debit card, or how the payment was done from the client. I provided check. if there is something which we have not configured in payment type when we created this customer, when we create a customer, we provide what are the default types. If you're selecting which is not present for that customer, then you will see an error right here. Total amount. Just check out what amount we were expecting, 50 USD, and how much amount that customer has paid. Let's say $50. This is a invoice we created yesterday, so we got 50 USD, the whole amount. Ready to auto apply. Everything is looking okay. No need to provide anything else here. Total payment amount we provided. Payment preference, if you want just a payment reference, not a mandatory field, but if you want to provide any check number or something for reference purpose only, you can provide that value. At the right hand side, we have create deposit. No, we are not providing a create deposit. We have one functionality: a client can directly pay in cash. For that, we do not need to create an invoice. We can directly go and create a customer payment, and that will be happening. So it is like sale and cash. So just sell that and get a cash. We'll do activity on this. Save and apply payment. We got the payment. So you can see here, if you remember, right now you can see 49 amount that customer is paying to us, and one is discount amount. Can you tell me why it is so? Why we are having this? Anyone? Nobody? Guys, do you remember the payment term with this customer? Can anyone tell the payment term if you were seeing that customer payment term? Okay. No, let me give you an idea. When we configured a payment term for this customer, that was kind of 2% discount when that customer is paying within 10 days. Remember? 2%, 10. Okay, that was coming there already, but somehow I clicked on this. Payment term 2% within 10 days. After that, till 30 days, whatever is net amount has to be paid. Now, yesterday we created the invoice and today customer is paying. It is within 10 days. According to the payment term, 2% is being debit, so 2% discount is being given to the customer. $50, 2% discount, $1 is discount, and 49 is being paid. Second invoice which we created today, it is after adjustment only $5 we have to get from the customer. Again, the same thing, $5, 4 we are getting, and 0.8. Why not 4.2? Amount remaining 0.92. What you can do, you can by yourself you can put it 92. Somehow we need to adjust. We'll do the calculation later. Why it is happening? Because of the 2%. So we need to put the maths first here. But the first one is okay. We are creating recording the payment of 49 USD over this. Second, first we'll calculate the amount, how it will be looking like. Because Workday is doing a round off, and due to that, we are having some amount remaining. Hit submit. Just so whatever amount we are getting, let's say we are putting on the amount to place on this field also we use, and this is what amount we got. But again, okay. So that place on whatever gap is there between the paid amount and amount we were expecting, that goes on the place on account field. So the error was coming because that field was blank, and why it is happening? $50 was the expected one, 49 we were getting. $1, obviously it was given as a discount. However, that was a gap between the expected one and the paid one. So that gap we have to fill over that field. The field name is amount placed on account field. I just making sure that we are putting the right amount. Initially, I thought initially I just put a amount we are getting, but that means that is not the account being paid, amount being paid, but that is amount which is not being paid. So amount which is either we have deducted or the amount is pending. Even if we did not provide any discount, it is like a $45 they are paying, and we were expecting $50. Even at that time, we will be providing this $5 gap there. We have to identify that. Now successfully completed. We need to check out for the entries. How we will do that? So we got a payment now. Search out, find payments. What happened here? Initially we created invoice. Now we record the payment over the invoice. So for searching the invoice, find customer invoices. That is the task. And for finding payments, find customer payment. That is the task we will be searching. And
Akash, is there any
voice of
option
data.
we can set for notification, suppose for any approval or any specific limit?
Yes, yes, you can
Will
do that.
it will go to email or a message will go or some pop-up will come in the screen or something like that?
If you remember, we have a business process for customer invoice, customer payment. Search out for business process. So customer invoice event, that was one business process. So when we
Okay.
create a customer invoice, what kind of approvals, or at what time we want these approvals, we can define here. Here, uh, second step is if it is the total amount is less than equal to negative 1000 USD, might be at the time of refund date. So some approval is required from the controller. If credit limit exceeded, if we will define some credit limit and it is exceeded, then again approval from the controller. In the same way, we can edit this business process, and within this business process, we can add a step that it has to be either approved by this person if the amount is greater than this, less than this, or whatever condition we want to put. That kind of condition we can create. We can even provide a delay here after approving from controller. Let's say it should wait for 2 days and then the next step should be triggered. So over these steps, we can provide a step delay that it should wait for 2 days. Step conditions, if you remember, we created a condition earlier for a business process, and that condition is, if this is true, if the condition, so in condition we are providing some logics. Let's say if company is this, cost center is this, then it should happen. So that kind of condition, if as condition, we create in the step conditions. If the condition is meeting, only then the step will get executed, otherwise this step will get be skipped. If the condition,
Akash, Akash, just checking. Are you saying something? We're not audible. I mean, you're not audible. Akash, just checking. You're not audible to us.
guys, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you now, but
Hear me?
probably last 2 minutes we didn't hear anything.
Okay, okay, sorry. So I was giving you idea about BP. So first, what is maintain step condition and when it will get executed step conditions when we need any if else. Advanced routing is like, let's say you are a finance administrator, and being a finance administrator, if you have already approved initial step, let's say we have 5 steps here for approval, one approval here and one approval later. Here we provided a finance administrator. Now again we are giving it to a finance administrator approval, but you have already approved this, then it should not go to you. So how we will create this advanced routing? If some person has already approved one of the step earlier, then it should not go to that person again, it should go to the different person. That kind of conditions we create here. So have you completed those activities, guys, with the business process? Just check out that. Okay, so the same thing goes with, even we can come here and invoice. Here is customer payment. So customer invoice, customer payment, customer contract, for all of these we have a business process within Workday. Even for the payment we have, and we can create that approval and notifications you are asking. So we can configure these notifications. Right now we have only initiation step. Once the payment is recorded, the business process is done. But we can edit this BP and we can provide multiple steps. Let's say if amount is greater than this and we are getting the amount paid, then it should go for approval from this person. That kind of steps we can provide. we can also add notifications. Once we'll go to the business process, add notifications, so we can add the notifications. And when this notification will be triggered, so we have triggering status on, cancelled, completed, corrected, denied, manually, advanced. So when you want to trigger the notification, let's say I just want to trigger this notification when the BP is complete. Once my payment is successfully done, the customer payment is successfully done, I want to send out Workday notifications for finance administrator, or we want to send um, this notification to a finance group. So first we will create a finance related group, and to that group we'll be sending this notification. So that we can configure here on completion, on entry, on exit, on what condition you want to send, and to whom you want to send. Check out for that finance, or if it is not there, then obviously the group you need to create. So not the, okay, sorry, I was doing recipients. Just check out for the group. So finance administrator, for compensation administrator, just check out multiple or single group what to whom you want to send this notification. If not to the group, then is there any email ID you want to send this notification? Even that is doable. You can provide the email addresses. Once this business process is complete, we need to send notification over this email. And how we create these business, sorry, message bodies. So text, if you want to write something, you created some text. Or if it is not text, it is, let's say if I started from hi, then I just wanted to grab some field from the business process itself. So from the business process, I want a field to be added. So percent of task completed. On completion, we are sending so 100% will be completed. Hi, that person or whatever we are sending. So text is for static text. You are writing that. Field the dynamic attributes from the system, from the workday itself. You will create and will click OK. That means you have created a notification. That notification will trigger once this business process is complete. To whom you are sending? So these are the different persons you are sending. If not, then the email one. So default is email. If both are available, so what you are sending to the email address, and what message you are sending? Here is the message, the text and the external field. Is it clear? In this way, we create a notification over the business process. So yes, everything is configurable right here. Coming back to the payments, we did a customer payment. You can check out this transaction IDs. This is a payment we created. Now the payment status is still in progress. Just check out, we'll check out this why it is in progress still. Status is still in progress, not paid. Okay, check out the accounting entries. First we'll go for the accounting. I'm pretty much sure accounting is not appropriate at this moment. So how we will identify? Go to the accounting, check out the status. It is in error. Customer invoice payment is in error. And why it is in error? So view journal entries. So journal entries are 50 and 1 and credit. Okay. We have not configured couple of accounts in APR. So how we'll check that? Go to the view accounts posting rules. What can be the accounts which we have to configure here? Have we provided something related to cash? Cash we have already did. Now coming to that different accounts. Depreciation, we are not working on the sets. Credit deferred revenue, depreciation expense, discount given. Yes. So we gave a discount given is a APR. When we gave a 2% discount, that means we have to configure this discounts given account. And how we will do that? We edit and we will provide something related to discount. We have created a sales discount. Let's say we have created a account for this. So discount, we created this, and now coming back to APR again. Guys, this I'm doing because you can understand on what type of transaction what account is being configured. Discount we gave, so we have to configure the discounts given APR for discounts given. So this account you have to configure. Coming down, what can be the other options which we are not filling at this moment? So coming down, payables we do not need. Revenue we have. Receivables we just configured. Retained earnings we already did. Receivables overpayment, no, payment was not being done. Revenue category, sorry, revenue we already provided. Commitment, strength, rate of strength, rate of, and spend transition unbilled receivables. Some other are unapplied on account payments. Obviously we were seeing something at that time, unapplied on accounts payment, so we need to fill the value for this one as well. Unapplied, so unapplied one was so something with unapplied on account. Dhiren, you just joined,
Okay, yes, I just joined.
but we are about to stop the class. It's been you know, so it's
Oh, so the class timings have been changed?
no, class timings have not been, I believe date times. So your hours has been changed. Is it what we call it, daytime
Okay, yeah,
savvy
my
or something?
daylight savings time
Oh,
changed,
sorry,
right,
daylight
right, right.
saving.
I'm like a 1 hour actually behind now.
Right, because of that, I believe you got it right. Yeah, daytime
Oh,
savings,
okay,
yes,
so
daylight
instead
savings.
of
Sorry,
10,
my
I have to
my
start
bad.
at 9 my time then, 9 p.m. Eastern then.
So what time it is right away? Is it
Okay,
8?
right now it's 10:09 here.
So you need to
It's
start
like
at,
10 p.m. right now.
okay, it is 10. So you need to start at 9.
Okay, okay, no problem, I'll do that.
Okay. So we were just configuring some accounts APR for uh, customer payment. Okay. Unapplied recorded payments, no unbilled receivables. Let's do one more. Okay, where we were. So what we'll do, we again will fix it and we'll see which account is not there right now. Fix operational journal. So we added one for discounts given and one for unapplied payments. Sales discount is there. Customer on account is there now. Only one which we are at this time, which we have not configured, is this. At this time we have not deposited any payment. Okay, deposit payment we have not done. Just so payment we have not deposited. We did not mark that deposit. Just check out if this is the one which can fix it. For this one, I'm just guessing because obviously And now here you can see our posting is completed. Operational journal has been fixed. It is posted, and we have all entries. Total receivable was 50. One was discount which we gave. Now, if you're coming on the same, so one sales discount we provided, and because of the one we did not get that $1, and it went in on account. So on account was we added on account payment. $1 was in on account payment. So at this moment, this account has not been deposited. We record the payment, but we have not deposited. So it is going in undeposited receipts. We have one activity where we will deposit this payment. Once we will deposit, after deposit, in which account it will hit, we'll have an entry for that as well. So once after deposition of the amount within the bank account, how that journal entry will be created. We'll see that in next activity. Any question guys related to this activity? Any question guys? Are you so is this clear to you? Sure. Then let's connect tomorrow. Then we'll connect tomorrow 9 your time.
Sure, sure. I will try to join at 9 o'clock tomorrow.
Okay,
9
guys.
EST.
You're asking something?
9 EST, right?
Okay, yeah, 9 p.m. EST.
Okay. Sure, guys. Let's connect tomorrow. Bye.
Bye guys. Thank you, Akash.